Hi guys, it's Cindy, aka Disney Queen. Today I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that I love about Epcot. So stay tuned. I don't know if you know, but Epcot is my favorite park. And I thought because it's my favorite park that I dress up today in my new favorite ears. And I got these ears in a subscription box by Bibbidi Bobbidi Box. I will put a link below the video where I opened up this subscription box, and you'll see how surprised I was by the ears. So anyway, I am doing a series on things that I love about Walt Disney World. And because it's February and we're close to Valentine's Day, I thought that I would do things that I love. People ask me all the time, why do you keep going back to Disney? You've been a bazillion times. Why do you keep going? Haven't you seen everything? Well, first of all, that's a myth. You cannot see everything at Disney in one trip. You can't even see everything at Disney in a couple of trips. But Disney is always changing. There's always something new. On the last trip that we took, we saw a lot of new things that we had never seen before. So I always tell people, if you haven't been in a long time, go back. You might find out that there are plenty of things to do. You cannot see it all. It's just impossible because it is just that big. So, getting to the 5 things that I love about Epcot. First of all, Epcot is probably my whole family's favorite park. When we get ready to go to Disney, we're excited about, okay, can't wait to go to Epcot. We probably go back and forth into Epcot a couple of times. It's one of the reasons why we continue to get a hopper, because then we're not just confined to one park for just that, entire day. The first thing I would say is, just like I said about Magic Kingdom, when I walk in and I see that castle, when I get to Epcot, when we get to the parking lot of Epcot, it is something about walking towards that spaceship Earth, because you can see it in the parking lot. It's like, oh, there's the big ball, and that means that I'm almost in there, and I'm almost about to go in and experience everything that Epcot has to offer. I love getting on Spaceship Earth, but it's also something about just seeing that ball that gets us excited about the trip. The second thing that I would say is definitely walking around the shops at the UK Pavilion. I love the shops at Japan. I love the shops at Mexico Pavilion, definitely. But my favorite is the UK Pavilion. And I think it's because there's so many different shops. And because I have this desire to go to England one day, it's something about walking onto the UK Pavilion area and seeing all the different things that represent the UK, seeing the buildings, seeing the gardens, especially the garden that Mary Poppins comes and visits people. I loved meeting Alice in Wonderland on our last trip. I don't know if it's permanent, but I know one of the buildings you can look up and you see Peter Pan just kind of sitting up there, and that might have been doing the Flower and Garden show, to be mistaken. But I get excited. I don't eat fish, but I love the smell of the fish and chips from the restaurant. I love just. I can't explain why the UK Pavilion just makes me smile, but it does. I just love going in all the different buildings. And so I would say the big part of why we like Epcot so much is being able to go to all the different pavilions and visit all the different countries. It's almost like you travel to all these different places in one day. And the way that they've done the buildings, I mean, it looks so similar to the actual buildings that are in those countries that it's just amazing. It really is. Another pavilion that I would say that is a favorite of mine would probably be Italy. I love when I walk in. We always take a picture at the fountain in Italy. I don't know the name of all the buildings, but to me, probably more so than any of the other pavilions, the pavilion at Italy definitely looks like the buildings that you see in Italy. They did an excellent job with that. I will say that one thing you can guarantee about a Disney trip is that the experience, the atmosphere, the different lands that you go in, no matter whether it's at any of the parks, that you are totally immersed in that experience. And it's because of how well the Imagineers do each one of those different areas. I mean, it's just amazing. You would think that when you walk into the Germany Pavilion that you are, at a little town in Germany. And I lived in Germany, so I can tell you that that's what it looks like. The number 3, my favorite ride at Epcot has to be Test Tracks. And I know that's going to surprise some of you guys because I always talk about how I don't do anything thrill-wise. But the first time we went to Epcot, I want to say Test Tracks was already open. Or at least maybe the second trip that we went to Disney. And my family loved it. I can't explain what is so exciting about taking a car on a test, and then I know what is exciting. I can tell you exactly what's exciting. It's something exciting about how, you're kind of going through all the whips and turns of the inside part of the building. But when that door opens and you shoot out and go around that little racetrack thing, I mean, that is so much fun. And I just remember the first time we went on it, I was kind of hesitant because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. And I just remember laughing through the whole thing and cracking up because it was so much fun. I kind of felt that way about Thunder Mountain Railroad at Magic Kingdom too. But they're probably about the most that you're going to get out of me. Let's see. Number 4, I would say, even though it's leaving and it's hurting me that it's leaving, but I understand why, sometimes it's been there. Illuminations, the fireworks illuminations at Epcot has been there since our very first trip to Walt Disney World in 1998. And I just remember seeing illuminations and just being in awe of how Disney did its fireworks. And I think I want to say I even saw this before I saw Wishes at Magic Kingdom. And I just was like, oh wow. And when the little globe came out onto the water and the singers were singing all the different songs in their different languages, I'm a person that loves diversity. And so the message in Illuminations just kind of spoke to my heart. Just hearing all the different countries and seeing the music and the fireworks just kind of go together. That to me is just what makes Disney's fireworks so special, because of all the things that they incorporate. You just will not find fireworks like you will find at Disney. I've said that about Magic Kingdom. I will say that about Epcot. There's just something about their fireworks that it's like telling a story. And it's not just about just throwing some fireworks up in the air. It's extra special. So that is number 4. Number 5. I would say for me, my favorite time, and this is the only one that I've actually experienced, is the Flower and Garden Festival. I love flowers. I love how beautiful Epcot looks when they set it up for Flower and Garden. The topiaries that look like all the different characters. There's the butterfly area. You see right over there in the Illuminations area how they take the grass and then they've turned it into all these beautiful colors. There is just nothing. I remember the first time we went was several years ago, and we didn't realize that it was Flower and Garden season. And when we walked through Epcot, it was already our favorite park as it was. And then when we walked through and just saw all of the extra details. Oh my goodness, if you love gardens, you have to go to the Flower and Garden Festival, because there's just nothing else like it. The Mickey topiaries. We saw one time where there was a Lady in the Tramp topiary. I mean, those gardeners know what they're doing. I mean, they're basically creating art. It is just that beautiful. It's a good time of the year to go. It hasn't gotten too hot. It's a little rainy, but it usually clears up, and it's just beautiful. The park just brightens up when they do Flower and Garden. So that would be number 5. I would say if there was a bonus thing for me, you have to go to the Cool Station, and you have to go and you have to take time to stop and really pay attention to the fountain that is right behind the Spaceship Earth Ball. Those two areas are right near each other. I can't explain. I've said this several times about everything related to magic to Walt Disney World, but the fountain holds a special place in my heart, because the first time we went with my entire family and my godparents, and my youngest daughter was walking near the fountains, and we didn't realize that as the fountain water would come up, that there would be music playing. And I think it had like the opening of the park, and all of a sudden the fountain water came up, and then the music started blasting, and I think she just about jumped out of her skin because she wasn't prepared for it, and it kind of scared her. And every time we see that fountain now, we think about the time that my daughter got all excited because she wasn't prepared for that. And it's a cool place to be. I don't know how to explain that, but like when it's hot and you're under the little tent area and you see the water coming up from the fountain, it's very calming. It's very kind of cool. And then we usually immediately go from that area straight into the Cool Station. You have to go to the Cool Station. You have to try the Beverly at least one time. You're probably not gonna like it, but you still got to try it. And the first time we went, the Cool Station was actually like kind of an experience too, and they got rid of that where you walk through the little plastic things and you felt like you had walked into an ice box. Do any of you guys remember that? And then you walk through kind of like it was a frozen man from, I think it was a man in there. And then you would walk through and you got to taste all of these different beverages from different countries. And again, the diversity thing, that's what drew me to the Cool Station, was that you could taste drinks from all of these different countries. And you could taste it for free. You don't always get a lot of stuff at Disney for free, so you take what you can get. So that is another like wonderful memory for us. There are just so many things that we loved about Epcot, that we continue to love about Epcot. I get excited when I go through the Friendship, through the International Gateway, and I get on the Friendship boat and I go over to the boardwalk and check that out, or I take the boat and I go over to Hollywood Studios. Disney is just, it's just magical, guys. You have to go and see it for yourself. If it's the first time for you, I hope that when you go, that you just take your time, enjoy it, and have fun, because you can't see it all. So don't try to see it all. And then you think that you're not going to ever go back. You say it's going to be a one-time experience, and then you find yourself like the rest of us going back time and time again. And there's a reason for that. It's because it really is the happiest place on earth. So I hope you enjoyed this series. Next time that I come to you, I'm going to talk about Animal Kingdom, and then I'm going to talk about Hollywood Studios, and then I'm going to tell you all the other things that I love about Disney that have nothing to do with the parks. So until I see you the next time, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? And if you want to get notifications, just hit that notification bell. It'll let you know when a video goes up. And until I see you the next time, have a blessed day. Bye.